should have kept that crispy, and they should have did this album the same way. They should have kept it crispy. But a lot of the songs, like a few of the songs, they let rock. But for the most part, you hear the artificial sound, you hear the filters, you hear the shit that makes it sound grainy. This is not the 1960s, fellas. And worse, you don't put that artificial stuff on there because anyone who's born in the 60s, like myself, will be able to tell that that doesn't sound real. That's like people putting the noise of a record player with the pops underneath a song. You can tell that that's not real. You can tell. It's like McDonald's. If you eat McDonald's nowadays, you know goddamn well something is artificial about that shit. That shit make you feel like shit. And worse, an hour, 2 hours later, you still hungry. But anyways, the songs. I will admit there are some good songs on that album. Unlike Journey's new album. Journey got some shit songs on their new album. But Chicago got some decent songs on that album. It was a song about, you singing a song to your son. Damn good song. I forgot the name of the song right now. Let me look at this joint. Right, I'll tell you right now the name of the song. Hold on. Make a Man Out of Me. Damn good song. And it reminds you of vintage Chicago. Well, Peter Cetera, 1980 Chicago. That's what it'll remind you of. Robert Lamb has kind of fell back as far as being, one of the other lead singers, but he does have a couple of songs on there. Then he has one song, it sounds like old school. I mean, it sounds like old school Chicago. I think the song is called House on the Hill. Good song. Good song. Then they got the song, If This Is Goodbye. They should have just let that rock and stop putting filters all on the fucking song. Oh, and I also noticed that during their live shows lately, they've tracked in the background vocals. Robert, Jimmy, and Lee. Because the other dude, the saxophone player that they got to go on tour with them, he doesn't really have any say-so as far as the group. But to Walter, who's retired from touring, Lee, Jimmy, and Rob, and forgot the other motherfucker's name. But anyway, y'all need to hire background singers. See, what y'all not understanding is that even with MIDI and whatever you're using, because it's a way that you're syncing in the background vocals. The problem is that it's not the same electricity as if you had people that are singing the actual people singing the background vocals. You can hire somebody. You can hire somebody to do that during your live shows. They know all your songs. Just have them do the background vocals and you pay them the standard union fee. I'm going to do a Journey video later. All I can say is that album is hot, steaming garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. I don't know what they're thinking about. I really don't know what they're thinking about. I don't know why these old groups feel that they need to make the texture of their album sound like the texture of Kid Cudi or somebody. I don't get it. You don't need to do that. Let the album stay crispy. Let it stay clean. I don't know. I guess they're like, well, we can pull, just like, okay, they did an album probably back in 2013 or 14, right? Because Lou Pardini had joined the album. I mean, Lou Pardini had just joined the group. He took Bill Champlin's place. And they had a song called Feel. And they had a version with the horns. Then they had a version without the horns. Why? Why? They make enough money, and they've made enough money where they don't need the clout chase. And that's what that sounds like. They're clout chasing. Just do what you do and put it out. That's all you can do. You don't hear Anita Baker singing trap music. You don't hear that. And you're not going to hear Patti LaBelle sing it either. Like, she might get on a song that has a little hip-hop groove to it, but she's not going to get on a trap beat and start spilling a 16 and taking a Xanax. She's not going to do that. And that's what this reminds me of. Now, some songs are better than others on this Chicago album. But like I said, there are 2 or 3 songs on there that I really like. And the song, the Make a Man Out of Me song, that song right there is the shit. That song is the shit. And it reminds you of vintage Peter Cetera, Chicago, 1983, You're the Inspiration type shit. Love it. There are a couple of groovy tracks on here also, you know. Like I said, it's a decent album. Is it a great album? No. Is it a good album? Not really. It's a decent album. I liked a lot of the songs on there. Well, excuse me, I liked half the songs on there. And half the songs I didn't like. I probably see maybe one moderate hit, and that's the Make the Man Out of Me song. But everything else, you know, it's either good or it's bad. And like I said, I'm going to do a Journey review. I think Neil and Jonathan are smoking crack. I think that they need to bring Steve back into the fold. That new kid they got, the Jason kid, I thought his name was Travis first, but his name is Jason. The dude can sing. And he does a pretty good job with some of Steve's songs. But to tell you the truth, y'all need to bring Ross Valerie back. Even though Ross Valerie did some fucked up shit, I'll admit it, it was fucked up. But y'all need to bring him back. Y'all need to make it a 4-piece band, because that's all you need. You need a 4-piece band. You, Neil, Jonathan, Dean Castronovo, and Ross Valerie. You don't need all of that other shit. You don't need it. You don't need Arnell. God knows you don't need him. And listen. Alright, I'll save that for the next video. I thank everybody for listening to this video. I'm happy to be back. My name is A Weapons. This is Mid-Lyfe Music. And once again, shouts out to the almighty LDBC. Peace.